The supplies that you will need to change a G-tube are usually all in this box. I moved them to a more easily accessible for us when we're on the go. I usually take some sort of bag or something that has all the supplies in it. So once you open this, you will get a guide to feeding, which tells you about the tube and everything, the contents that are inside the box. So this is what comes in the box. It is gauze. You will need gauze to change a tube, because when you pull the tube out of the stomach, it's going to probably have some stomach contents come out of the stoma, which is a surgically placed hole in the body for something like a tube or a track. So in this kit, you will get the G-tube. This is the G-tube. It has a little opening, and that's where you put the extension, and this is where you fill the balloon, which I will show you. So it comes with a large syringe, a small syringe, and this syringe's purpose is to blow the balloon up. So you also get an extension that looks like this. This is for bolus feeding, so I will show you that in just one moment. Things that don't come in the kit that you need are a lubricating jelly, KY jelly. It doesn't need to be anything that is oil-based, or it needs to be water soluble, because the petroleum will eat through the tube. And you will need water. Not this much water, just about 5 mils they recommend putting in a tube. So this is kind of how we do it. Fill it to 5, and you push slowly, and you see the tube filling up, and then you just turn, and now it's full. This is what keeps it inside the stomach. So there are a few ways that you can, the G-tubes function. You can use them to give medications. You can use them to administer feeds, whether that be real foods, like something that you would cook and then blend and put down the tube. You can do that. Or a formula. You can do feedings by bolus, which is when you push the feed through a syringe straight into the tube, or let it go gravity-wise, which you just take the plunger out. Or you could do it from a feeding pump. This is more for continuous feeding or long intervals of feeding. So another function of the G-tube is to give water and vent a child, which essentially is burping a child that has a tube. I am hopeful that my audience is now informed about G-tube functionality, including when and how to change a G-tube and the functionality of G-tubes. So if you're ever faced with caring for a child with a G-tube, now you'll know what to do if the situation arises. Thank you for listening.